Going live. Forbidden secrets of mass persuasion. Hey everybody, what's happening? Hope you're having a great evening, morning, day, good afternoon, or mid-morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the show. We're here with a 4%, obviously, and I appreciate you taking the time to get an idea, get a nugget, invest in yourself, and we're here to serve you. So my name is Vick Strizheus.
Forbidden secrets of mass persuasion. Hey everybody, what's happening?
Okay, hold on a sec. Let me shut that guy down, off because he's talking too. How's everybody doing? You guys doing great? Ready to learn some of this stuff? How many people we have here that's new? You have never been with us before. What's up, Jim? Jim Grant. What's up, Sarah? I can see you here. We've got over 400 people live and counting. So. We're going to talk about mass persuasion, right? So influence. Somebody earlier on today, texted me like, what is mass persuasion? What does that mean, right? What do you do? What is that all about? Well, it's about you getting, the result that you're after. If you're an entrepreneur, what do you want? You want to be able to persuade. You want to be able to project your message in a way that makes people do what you want them to do. That's good for them, right? So if you're excited about tonight, man, I'm pumped because. This is one of the skills that's more important than traffic. It's more important than systems. It's more important than anything. If I don't know how to sell, nothing matters, right? I can get all the traffic I want, but all of these component needs to be going hand in hand in order for me to build a very successful business. Yep, I'm very, very excited, you guys. I don't want to take too much time because I want to give Dave Vanhoose, who I have invited on tonight's live show to give you guys a little, obviously we want to deliver as much value for you as possible, but couple ground floor announcements here, couple household things that we got to take care of. A week from now, okay, so again, depending when you're watching this, right now we're live. You might be watching this after the fact. You might be watching this 3 months from now, depending who you are, where you are. We have our first ever 4% international conference that is taking place in Orlando, Florida. And if you didn't get your tickets yet, you can do that conveniently by hitting the button right below this video. You absolutely need to be there no matter what. You got to do anything you can possibly do, whatever you need to do to get yourself there, because it will transform your business. It's not a I think we can transform your business kind of situation. This is not one of those, I think I can maybe help you. Look, I'm telling you, you will transform your business. And that's a promise. A contingent that you're going to be in the room, you're going to be taking notes, you're going to be there with an intention to transcending your business to the next level. It is possible for anybody, and we wanted this to be an experience unlike anything else you have experienced before. It's not a rah-rah, it's not a, let's get you motivated and excited for a couple of days, and then you go home and you're like, man, what do I do on Tuesday or Wednesday, right? This is about how do we get you results that are lasting, that you can take to the bank. At the end of the day, that's really what matters, right? How do you sell more stuff, whatever you do? Day number 1 is all about traffic generation. Day number 2 is all about influence and persuasion. What do you do with the traffic that you get, right, to your funnels? And yes, we are covering funnels, all that. Day number 3 is all dedicated on domination, right? So how do you not compete? How do you dominate in your world? And so I'm pumped, and the whole experience is just going to be tremendous. I'm very, very looking forward to that, and looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys face to face. And we're also bringing world's top trainers and experts on topics, right? So one of the experts that we're bringing on is Dave Vanhoose. Let me give you guys some names, okay? Let me give it. I had to write these down because there's just so many of them, right? How many of you guys know who Robert Allen is, right? Multiple streams of income, no money down, the real estate guru, right? Robert Allen. Tell me if you know who Robert Allen is. How many of you guys know who Russell Brunson is? Okay, what do all these people have in common? Russell Brunson, Damon John from Shark Tank, right? How many of you guys know who Damon John is? Yep, tell me. Wrestle an alligator, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're going to Florida, man. Anything is possible. They got alligators there too. All right. All right, you go to, who knows Dagan Smith, right? Dagan Smith. How about Matt Lloyd? How about Ray Higdon? How about Les Brown, who's also going to be at the conference with us as well? How about Forbes Riley, who will also be with us at the conference? How about Vick Strizheus? You guys know who that guy is, right? Yours truly, that's right. Jarek Robbins, right? Tony Robbins' son. How about Dean Graziosi? How many of you guys know who Dean Graziosi is? Anybody watch his infomercial? Okay, Dean Graziosi, the real estate guru as well. Robert Kiyosaki. Who knows who Robert Kiyosaki is? Okay, How many of you guys know who Robert Kiyosaki is? Now, what do all these people have in common between them all? One thing, okay? Now, keep in mind, there are different industries, different walks of life, different businesses, different structures, everything is different. But one thing they all have in common, they have all been trained and worked with the gentleman I'm about to bring to you right now for this training tonight. Dave Vanhoose from Speaking Empire, okay? And he's also going to be at the conference, and he's going to be training you on things that will completely revolutionize your business. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, see this right here in my hand right now, you guys? This is a blueprint that I have. Dave, when was that? Do you remember when? Let me bring you up on stage. Everybody, welcome Dave Vanhoose to the show. Dave, you're on with us here, brother. Let me know if you guys can see this good. Okay, we should be good.
Hey,
Dave,
Vic, how are you?
Hey man, I'm doing awesome, Dave. I'm doing awesome.
I'm excited to be here with all of your folks.
Let's make sure the audio is working and everything. Can you guys hear Dave? Let us know if you can hear Dave. Make sure that we're loud and clear here, because we're going to be talking about influence and persuasion. Okay. This is the man who is behind my success. I'll just tell you, I'll tell you like it is, because I was grinding, I was struggling, and I was like, in that minutia of like, dude, how do I get more traffic? And and more traffic, obviously it's a numbers game, but when you learn how to, what to do with the traffic that you're getting, right? And you understand how to work the traffic that you're getting. You don't need 100,000 visitors. You can get 10,000 visitors or 5,000 or 1,000 visitors. And when you understand what to do with them, right, your cost to acquire the traffic kind of, obviously goes down dramatically. So you're saving a lot more money, but your return on your marketing dollars is through the roof, because you understand how to present your ideas, how to sell anything you want to sell. And that's what, Dave, do you remember when did we come across each other? Was that 2012 or something like that?
Yeah, 2012, you came in, and what's interesting is you came in for what we call one of our Power Day workshops.
Yeah.
We sat down with you and pulled out of you your irresistible offer and helped you figure out what was it you were going to sell.
Yep.
And then we used my mathematical formula and built your presentation. And before you left, you had your presentation done. I don't know if you know this, which is interesting, is Vic, you actually sent me a text. I don't know if you remember that, after doing your first webinar with the presentation that I wrote. Do you remember that?
I did. I remember that. Yeah, I think I applied it in the first webinar ever. You gotta, if you still have the text, it was at least 60,000, I think, is what we did on the first webinar ever after applying your stuff. And it was not that many people. And then, what's funny, Dave, is after that I did another webinar for one of the companies I promoted, and I applied the strategies that obviously I learned from you. And dude, that thing brought in over $720,000 in less than a month. Launching out a promotion for one of the companies that many of you guys know that story. What you may not know is I applied a lot of the strategies that I learned from Dave Vanhoose. And so, here we are building out the 4%. And so I said, Dave, I want to bring the best of the best. And we want to train our people on how to promote affiliate offers, how to do webinars, how to do, Facebook Lives in a way that is that connects with people, and at the end of the day gets you the result that you really are after, whether it's more sales or connection or whatever it is that you're after. There is a way to do it. 3,000. How many presentations did you do, man?
I spoke twice a day, 5 days a week, so 10 presentations a week.
Yeah.
And I did over 3,000 presentations, testing what color shirt to wear, what color tie to wear. I studied NLP, I studied language patterns, I studied body language, tonality, kinesiology, you name it, I studied. And what I had a fascination with is what would cause people to take action?
Yeah.
What causes people to not walk to the back of the room, not even run, dance to the back of the room? And how do you get people to dance and give you credit cards? And that's really what I'm one of the top people in the world, an expert at doing this. And we want to share some powerful strategies and resources for people today.
Love it. So what I wanted to do for everybody tonight, you guys, is I know many of you guys are going to the conference. In fact, how many of you guys are going to the conference? Yes, say I. Like if you go to Orlando, if you're going to be with us a week from now, say I. If you're not going there, you must be there. I'm telling you, man, you must be there, because Dave, you're taking a whole day, basically, the second day of the conference, and we're dedicating that towards influence, persuasion. Give a little preview of what's going to happen. I know there's going to be, like, you guys will help. Speaking Empire will help people build their offers right there. The same stuff I paid $10,000 for a day. Give us a little taste of what's going to happen on day 2.
Let me go ahead and show some folks what we're going to be doing, which is amazing. Vic, just tell me if you can see my screen.
Let's take a look here. There you go. Boom, I'm just going to put you up on this. There you go. Yep, you guys should be able to see the screen.
One of the things that, Vic, you paid $12,000 to get this blueprint. And it's funny because I heard the stories from other people. It's like, man, this Vic paid $12,000 for a blueprint.
Yeah.
But the blueprint made you $60,000 off your first webinar and $700,000. How much money do you think this blueprint has made you so far?
Millions, well over 10 million bucks over the last few years, because this is the same stuff. Here, let me show this, guys. Dave, I'm going to put myself on a big screen here right now for just a sec. Sure. I have, you guys had that thing in a big giant like poster that I had hanging on my wall, and literally like before every presentation, until I got good at it, until it became natural to me, I was referencing that blueprint, But what I really love about what you guys do is you've streamlined it even more since 2012 to now. You've updated that thing, and right now you made it in a little little magazine style right here that I'm holding in my hand right now. And this thing is like, I'm telling you, if you just got this right here, and you would pay $20,000 for this one, let's see, 2, 3, 4-page little mini magazine like brochure, okay? If you pay $20,000, if I told you, hey, go get yourself $20,000, I'm gonna give you this right here, right? And I'm gonna give you a webinar, just one webinar training on this, right? Because it breaks every one of these molecules, right? See this? It's like a molecule formula or something like this. It breaks it all down in specific bite-like. If you just follow this, your business will never, ever, ever be the same. And it would be worth every single penny for you. So, Dave, dude, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. Go ahead and let me bring you up on the screen here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What happened to me, Vic, is, I started my business and didn't know how to get a customer. And I started speaking twice a day, 5 days a week. How do you get a customer? And that's how I cracked this code. And this is what I call the 7-figure speaking empire presentation blueprint. This is success by design. This is the mathematical formula of how do you write what I call your signature talk, your stadium pitch, your webinar talk. How do you write the message that at the end of your presentation, people don't walk to the back, they don't even run to the back, they dance to the back of the room. In fact, this is what all the speakers, all the internet marketers in the world are after. This is the goal, because this is what helps them make them, like you said, 1 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million. In fact, Vic, you want to know this? This blueprint has created over $1 billion with a B, all across the speaking business, the coaching business, the internet marketers, network marketers, franchises. Anybody that's doing webinars or speaking one-to-many wants this gold secret formula. And in fact, I've been very blessed. I've been able to write over 500 presentations for 500 different companies and speakers and coaches and internet marketers in the world. So when it comes to understanding this, not only have I done $14 million from the stage in 1 year myself, I've helped generate over $1 billion, not only in America, but all around the world, using this technology. I call it a technology because it is. It's a mathematical formula of how do you write your webinar or your stadium pitch. And in fact, Vic, you know this, there's 5 key components when you write your presentation. And we're going to go over this a little bit here. But for any of you that are going to be at this conference, I'm going to walk you through step by step and empower you. And in fact, we're going to show you how to write your irresistible offer there. I'm going to share with you this blueprint. I'm going to bring it up on stage, a big, huge banner. And we're going to walk through this. And we're going to have coaches there to sit down with your business. We're going to, if any of you want to speak internationally or do JV, we're going to have opportunities from there. It's just going to be this event. I'm so excited, Vic. We've got almost 1,000 people from all around the world that are going to be there. All the 4%ers in every business that you can imagine. The who's going to be at this. It's going to be. I'm so excited, Vic.
Dude, this is gonna be epic. So let's do this, Dave. For the two people who don't know, obviously, I introduced you a little there as well, but maybe give us a little. Let's see. Let me bring myself up here. I don't know if you want to go back on camera or not, so that we can both be on this thing. Here's what we're gonna do, you guys. See this the blueprint. For those of you guys who are going to this conference with us, okay, I've been telling you what we're doing with the 4%. If you're brand new here, just hang with me here, just kind of picture this, okay? So we are we're bridging the gap that is so huge in this industry, where people had to pay literally $10,000, $20,000 plus to get all these coaches, little information from this guy, little from this guy, and just getting overwhelmed with information. So we're basically streamlined, like, what does it take to become really, really successful as an entrepreneur, right? Well, you need a few things. You need, number one, you need to have an ability to have something to sell. It can be yours, can be somebody else's, doesn't matter. At least you need to sell a product or a service. That's how money is made. You exchange, right, service or product for money. Number two component, you got to be able to drive traffic to your system that sells it, right? Now, part of the system is your ability to present whatever it is that you're selling. It can be digital, it can be physical, it can be services, dentists, lawyers, you name it, real estate, insurance people, anybody who's in business, they need to understand how to sell their stuff, right? So there has been a huge gap in business, in our industry, where people don't understand how to do that. And so that's why guys like, you got, Dean Graziosi, who's doing, according to him and, all the infomercial that he does, over, 100 million plus per year. Business, you got some the who's of who's, right? Dave, you're the guru to the gurus out there, all coming to Dave Vanhoose and his people to say, hey, I'm gonna pay you a bunch of money, help me out with my presentation, help me out with my pitch, for me to pitch my product, because if the product is good, it is our responsibility to learn, right? Get the skill to be able to sell it and sell a lot of it. Right? It's like if you had a cure for like something that is like everybody wants and would pay any kind of money, like if your product is good, solid, it is your responsibility. You owe it to the world to sell as much of it as possible. And guess what? At the end of the day, you will get rewarded. You get compensated. So that's so what we're doing is we're building out the whole system and technology around this concept, to where we're covering these main bases that have been missing from this marketplace systematically. You know what I mean? And launching something that will blow your mind for those guys who will be in the room there at the conference. And you will be able to participate with us as we bring this idea to the world, to where we help people structure their business, have their own rappers, to where, competition is going to be the thing of the past. Like, a lot of people have been, struggling because they think, well, they're competing. And there's a lot of that going on. So if you're an affiliate, marketer, or if you are, I'm going to pull one of these out. Or if you are somebody who is, selling somebody else's product, you're an independent affiliate or network marketer, there is a big competition, right? Now, what if you could eliminate? There's been a big dilemma in our industry with the competition. So we're talking about day 3 is all about domination. We are bringing some solutions and technologies that will literally allow you to eliminate, like virtually. Imagine this. Have you ever, imagined what it would be like for you to not have a competition? Like, if you could create your own, if you could make the rules, right? Like, you could write your own ticket. So we're bringing a technology that we've been working really, really hard on, and that will allow you to be by yourself selling a product that is a hot, in demand in the marketplace. Sell it in a way that makes you unique, all right? And then giving you the education to do all that. So, dude, I'm very, very excited. Dave, give us maybe a little back, snap of yourself, maybe a little bit about your background. How did you become Dave Vanhoose? How did you, what made you be you? And then let's dig into these secrets, or strategies, or whatever you want to talk about, man, is going to be gold. I know. Let's just dig into it and then see if we can provide as much value as we can on this webinar.
Absolutely. What I want to start with is what I call the 3 M's. M to the third power. What you're about to discover in a couple moments is not only how to monetize your mission and your message. I see a lot of people that have a mission, they might know how to make a message, but they don't know how to monetize it. And that's really what the important thing is. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you why that is. Because there's a challenge, Vic, and the biggest challenge that most people have is small business owners. Forbes magazine and Inc. 500 says that the average business owner only makes $44,000 a year. So for those of you who have a job, statistically, that are making $44,000 a year, statistically, you should keep your job. More statistics, that those that start a business, 70% report that they don't have enough time for their children. 82% of people start a business, check their email while on vacation. And 95% of people who start a business work more hours than if they had a job. And that's criminal, because the reason why people start a business is because they want freedom. Get this, 72% of business owners, Vic, are ready to quit. And get this, I see people that are confused. Well, Dave, do I write a book? Do I get Infusionsoft? What do I do? I see people overwhelmed, trying to do everything themselves. I see people that are frustrated. And in fact, get this, Forbes magazine says 8 out of 10 entrepreneurs who start a business will fail within 18 months. Now, Vic, I want to kind of go, because I'm a numbers person, and numbers never lie. So I want to ask the question, statistically, why do you think most businesses fail? So, Vic, let's go and let's take a look and see if anybody knows the real reason. Why do you think most businesses fail?
You asking me? Oh, actually,
Yeah,
let's wait for people to respond here a little. I think there's like a 20 or 30-second delay. I want to hear from the from our audience here.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a moment. I don't know, Dave, if you can see. Dave, I don't know if you can see the comments on the page or not. If you're seeing the live stream.
If you could read them off, why do they think most businesses fail? Let's get some interaction going here.
Lack of sale, somebody says. Guinness says lack of sale. Advertising. Jane says advertising because of mindset, cash flow. They can't get any customers. Business plan, mindset, not enough sales, cash flow, no customers, cash flow, lack of mentorship. Let's see, no repeat business, lack of planning and organization. Got a bunch of these coming in. Yeah.
Statistically, what Forbes, the Small Business Associations, the number one reason why businesses fail is because they can't get a customer. You can have the best idea, you can have the best mindset, you can have the best leadership, but if you can't get a customer, you're going out of business. And in fact, I'm going to share with you in a moment of really what most people do is, Vic, I used a 6-foot rule when I first started my business. Anybody within 6 feet from me. And then I got smarter. And then I figured out, why am I selling one-to-one? Why don't I sell one-to-many? And this is when you get the leverage. This is what 4%ers do, is they look for leverage points. And in fact, this is me speaking on the Get Motivated circuit with Mayor Giuliani, Golden Powell, Zig Ziglar. I used to follow Zig Ziglar, so you know who he is, President of the United States. Yeah. And this is the key. I want to really sell people on the concept of doing one-to-many. I believe one message can change the world. And I believe all of us have a message inside of us, and we can get it out to the world. But we need to know how to monetize our mission. So real quick, Vic, I want to tell you a little bit about my story. When I first started my first information business, I put some information together. And it was the most amazing idea. And it was going to help people save time, energy, and money. I want to ask the question, how many customers do you think I got the first month? 0.
Yeah.
Right? I thought if you had a good idea, customers would show up.
Yeah.
So then I decided to do my first little seminar. So I did it at a Denny's restaurant. Why? Because it was free. And I got 12 people there. And I did my presentation, and guess what? I got 0 customers. I thought that if you taught and you presented, that you would get customers. So I knew that it's small tweaks. I want everybody to write this down. Small hinges swing big doors. So I went back to my presentation and I made a couple adjustments. And I did another event, and I made $5,000. Man, I was hooked. So Vic, I started doing more and more seminars, and within 6 months, I made $1 million selling my own information product stuff. This is what $1 million looks like. But Vic, you know what 1 million feels like? I felt like this. I felt like a fat cat, right?
Especially your first one, right?
Yeah, your first million, it's like they say your first real estate deal is your hardest. So I used to say skip it. Yeah. Your first million's your hardest. After you hit $1 million, it's easy. So Vic, then I'm learning about what color shirt to wear, what color tie to wear. How do you structure your presentation? And guess what? I did 3 million the next year. So this is what 3 million looks like. But more importantly, it's about feeling. You want to know what 3 million felt like? I felt like this. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, man.
Is it okay? Fun.
Fun is a good thing, man. Fun is a good thing. Love it. But it's so true, dude. It's like, people say that, money is not everything. And it is not everything, but it's just like Zig Ziglar says, you know what? It's like oxygen, man. It's not everything, but it's kind of important. And it gives you options, You can stand on the hood of your car and not worry about the car if you can change it if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's easy. Why not, if you're gonna start a business, why not have a business in abundance? Why have a broke business?
Yeah.
So then I'm getting better, Vic, and I'm understanding about presenting. And I started studying NLP, body language, tonality. And I got really good, and I made 14 million in 1 year. That's what 14 million looks like. But you know what 14 million feels like?
A little better, a little more fun.
That.
Yes. Dave, when did you? I got a question for you, man. If I can, when did you start to? When did you have? When was your moment like, dude? I got it. I think I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I can duplicate it. I can replicate it. I got it. When was that moment for you? Was that prior to your first million? Was that after you made 7 figures? Do you remember?
Well, what's interesting, Vic, that's a great question because I was speaking twice a day, 5 days a week, testing what color shirt to wear, doing these presentations. And I was making about 50,000 a talk. But then my company bottlenecked around 3 million. So I had to ask the question is, how can I duplicate myself? And at the time, my ego, my identity was like, you can't duplicate me. I figured there's got to be a way. So I hired 25 other speakers and I taught them this system, that formula, and it worked. So we were doing 25 seminars a day. And that's when it really hit big time. And that's when you can do something is one thing, but when you can empower somebody else to do the same thing, that's like another level. And because I used the leverage of training my team, and I made Inc. 500. So life was good. And then from there, all the people in speaking, like Tony Robbins' son, Dave, can you teach me this blueprint? Russell Brunson, hey, will this work for webinars? So all these people started coming to me and teaching them like you. Yep. But to me, what I'm all about is this. My slogan is to live to speak, not speak to live. I'll repeat that again. What I want to empower people to do is to live to speak, not speak to live. Meaning, what's your big why? I want everybody to write this down. Family first. When you automate your business, when you get these strategies that we're going to be sharing at the 4% event, then you have freedom. Freedom to do what you want. In fact, my big freedom is about giving. I set up a nonprofit, a charity. I'm building a school for kids. I'm building a holistic hospital and a retirement center, all from my spiritual teacher. So it's about freedom. One-to-many selling equals freedom. Freedom to buy the things you want to buy, have time to start your charities, or spend time at your church. And that's really what it's all about at the end of the day, is really having that. So that being said, let's go over this amazing blueprint that we talked about. Now, a lot of you might be doing webinars. So this is what they call an automated webinar funnel. So if you're driving traffic using LinkedIn, Facebook, and we're going to go over all the different traffic strategies at this event. We're going to be sharing our funnels, how we've made over eight figures in this business. We're going to go over advanced strategies of how you drive your traffic and then get them into your opt-in page. But you can set up your whole online funnel. However, the most important thing is it's not about the funnel. It's about, do you have a converting presentation? And that's one of the big things that I want to empower you with, is how do you write the right message? Now, before I do this, I want to talk to you a little bit about how do you write the right message, which is right here. Now, when you write your presentations, what I want you to do is understand there's 5 key components. One of the things my company does is Speaking Empire. We write webinar presentations, stage presentations, sales presentations. And when I write a presentation, there's 5 key components. We've got the introduction to your presentation, which is one of the most important things. We've got number 2, which is the story. Everybody write this down. Stories sell, facts tell. Then we've got the body, or we've got the offer. Most people wait to the end to let people know about the opportunity. That's a bad strategy. Then you've got the body. Write this down, where you're going to build value. One of the things we're going to teach you to do is what we call education-based marketing, where you're educating people, and because of education-based marketing, you're getting a flood of customers. And after the body, then you're going to have the most important thing is the close. And one of the things I want people to understand, Vic, is when I first started speaking, I didn't want to be a pushy salesman. I didn't want to be that guy. So what I found out is a way, as I learned to be a coach, and great coaches don't tell people what to do. They help people originate the truth for themselves. So what we do using this formula is help people discover. Now, the definition of discover is uncover what's already there. So what you're doing is you're taking people down a mathematical formula, a path, so at the end of your presentation, in their minds, they say, I want and I need it, and they shoot to the back. Making sense, Vic?
Yes, absolutely.
You know this.
Yep.
So one of the things I want to show people is an example. So when you learn this technology I'm going to be teaching at the event, you can sell anything to anybody at any time. I want everybody to write this down. It's never about the product. It's always about the pitch. It's never about the product. It's always about the pitch. And here's a good case study. So Vic, last year I got a call for one of my clients. Now, Speaking Empire, we're an international training company that trains all the top speakers, internet marketers in the world. And one of my clients called me up and says, hey Dave, I'm doing an event in St. Petersburg. Do you want to come and speak? Well, I'm like, how many people are going to be there? He's like, over 1,000. So I calculate. I'm like, okay, well, I'm great because I live in St. Pete, Florida. He's like, no, St. Pete, Russia. So I stop for a moment, and my mind goes, wait a minute, I don't speak Russian. I don't have a Russian product. I said, no problem. So what I did is I went over there and I pre-sold. So write this down, pre-sell. Don't build it and try to sell it. Sell it first and get paid to build it. That's what smart people do. So Vic, what I teach is a technology called not how to become a presenter or a professor, but how to become a presentainer. And a presentainer is a technology that emotionally moves the audience. And they don't walk to the back, they don't even run, they dance to the back of the room. So I want to show people real quick what this technology would do. And I want you to watch me very closely and watch the people. Do they walk back? Do they run? Or do they dance? All right, you guys ready for this? Well, let's go ahead and play it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, obviously, those people were going back there not to ask me questions, not to overcome objections. They were there to take action. And that's one of the biggest things is that when you do a presentation, if people don't take action then, they never usually take action. So you've got to understand how to presentain your audience. If you're presenting or professing and you're teaching, you ain't going to get any customers. So this is the new technology. In fact, I don't know if you know this, Vic, I actually got a trademark for this technology by the U.S. government and copyrighted this technology of presentating. And it starts off with understanding my presentation blueprint.
So this is a stuff.
Now,
this is a stuff, or maybe we're going to have Q&A a little bit later on. I wanted to ask you. This is the same stuff that obviously is applicable on in digital world as well, webinars, presentations, etc. online. Not necessarily just for the speakers on stage.
Anybody that's doing, there's three main ways that you're going to use this technology. One, if you're speaking on a stage. Two, if you're doing a webinar. Or three, if you're doing video or a VSL. So this is the mathematical blueprint of how do you craft your presentation so that at the end of the presentation, the people run and they shoot to buy. Now, let's talk a little bit about the blueprint. And this blueprint works in real estate, it works in internet marketing, it works in relationship businesses, franchises, if you're selling coaching, a mastermind, whatever you're trying to sell, you've got to have a presentation. And in fact, we're going to be going over this more at the event, but for now, let's go over a couple key components. So one of the things that people don't understand is the introduction to your presentation is one of the keys to your success. Meaning that within the first minute that people have already decided if they're going to buy or not. So one of the things that you have to understand is there's a certain way of how you're brought up on stage. There's a certain way to transfer the power to you. And in fact, we don't have time to go over that now, but there's a whole formula into the introduction. Now, the second thing, when you get up on the stage or on a webinar, Vic, what most people want to do is talk at people. Kind of like a football coach talking to kids. That's a bad strategy. A better strategy to excite the imagination, bringing the audience into your conversation. And you need to control the audience. And so there's some technology that I'll be sharing with of how do you grab the subconscious mind. Now I want everybody to write this down. All buying decisions are based on emotion, backed by logic. And so one of the things I want to ask, what part of the mind is the emotional mind? Is it the conscious or is it the subconscious? It's the subconscious. So what I teach is subconscious communication. Now, after you grab the attention and excite the imagination emotionally, then strategy number 3 is you're going to introduce what we call the yes state. The very first cell of the presentation is getting the audience to agree with you. So if you're speaking on a stage, you've got to get them into the yes state, especially on a webinar. You really want to get into what they call the yes state, because write this down. Small commitments will equal the big commitment. 7 yeses equals a sale. Now, when you start the yes state, understand there's always going to be a lack of response. So you have to have a strategy to get everybody to say yes to you before you continue your presentation. I hope that's making sense and you guys are getting this. If it is, go to the chat and say, yes, I understand and I'm getting this. So everybody go ahead and do that right now so that when I'm communicating, that I understand that you're getting this.
Yeah, makes perfect sense, Dave.
Okay. Let's go to the next thing, which is called framing. Framing is a very powerful persuasion technique. And what framing is this. There's the conscious and the subconscious. What you want to do is you want to pre-frame the mind. Whatever the mind believes it's going to happen, most likely will happen. So you want to pre-frame the mind. And this is where you want to use a strategy called open looping and what they call future pacing, which are some very powerful technology I'll be sharing. Then after you pre-frame the mind, you want to go over why your topic, get them excited, and write this down. what's in it for them. Then after that, you want to do why now, and then your credibility. So in your introduction, and I'm going over it pretty quickly now because our time is limited, but you want to do the introduction, grab the attention, introduce the yes state, frame your talk, which is called open looping and framing, why your topic, why now, and show them that you're the expert. Because when the authority person speaks, people listen. It gives you instant influence and instant power. After you do the introduction in my presentation blueprint, which you're going to want really badly, is you want to then do the story. Now, I want to do a poll. I want to ask Vic then this trick question. Do people buy your product, or do they buy you?
Oh,
do they buy the product, or they buy you?
Let's hear from the people here. Let's see. I think my audience knows, man, because we've been I've been talking about this. Yeah, we've been drilling this concept. A lot of people think it's the product. A lot of people think it's a product. Yeah.
It's never about the product.
Yep. It's always
people
you.
buy you.
Yeah.
Yep. So write this down. If they don't like you and trust you, they don't buy from you. So your story is where you emotionally, and all businesses are based on emotion, where you emotionally connect. Okay? They buy you. Then they buy the product. This is why I can sell anything to anybody anytime. Because I have this blueprint that I've created, and I know it's never about the product. So when you tell your story, and in fact we're going to go over this in detail at your event, there's a certain way to tell your story, to engage with you. And you want to tell your story, and then you want to take them to a crash. And then you want to take them to what I call a pivotal point, a moment. You want to take them to a moment, and then what changed for you. And then I want to just quickly, you want to anchor down your product or your service to this pivotal point, and then you want to do story up. Now, I'm giving somebody, those that have studied NLP and have studied at a high level will understand what I just said. But for now, just know that you're going to tell your story, have a crash, take them to a moment, and then you're going to anchor down, which we're going to talk about anchoring, schitomas, presuppositions, leading and pacing, trial closes at the event, and then we're going to go story up. So very, very powerful. Now, the next thing we're going to do is come to the offer. Most people, Vic, wait to the end. That's the wrong thing to do. So if you're doing sales presentations or even doing sales one-to-one, never wait to the end. Write this down. Always have transparency. Let people know that there's an opportunity right away, because there's a resistance. They're sitting there at the seminar on the webinar going, I know he's going to try to sell us something. I know he's going to try to sell us something. And at the end, oh, see? So what you want to do here is, this is where I want you to stop selling and start solving problems. Now, I've been studying a lot over the last 15 years about how human beings work, what motivates human beings. And every human being has one motive: to go from pain toward pleasure. So pain is the biggest motivator. So what you want to do is you want to target the problem, turn up the pain, and then offer them the solution, which is your product or your service. Making sense? Are you guys getting this? If you are, just say yes, Dave. Now the next thing, Vic, we're going to come down to the body. This is where we're going to use what I call education-based marketing. We're going to what I call not present or profess, but presentain or edutain. You need to be able to communicate and teach. Now, I want to go to this strategy right here. This is a big one. I want to ask the question, Vic. This is a trick question. If you're doing presentations or even sales, people have what they call objections. And if you don't overcome their objection, they won't take action. So I'm real interested to see what strategy are people using to overcome objections. So let's go ahead and gather from the group, because obviously there's a lot of very successful salespeople and a lot of successful people that know how to market. How do you overcome objections? I'm just curious during your presentations.
Let's take a look. There's about a 20-second delay here. This is golden stuff. Obviously, at the event, we're digging like the entire day is going to be about this stuff, plus worksheets, workbooks, that kind of stuff. So it's really going to be a business shifting experience. Okay, let's see. Yes, the effect spoofing. Let's see. Eliminate excuses. Let's see. Okay, so address the objections first, somebody says. Paul is saying you got to address them first before they come up. Okay, Dave, where are you with, okay, that's not relevant. Keep it simple, somebody says. Present FAQs, engage your contacts, find out what the real objection is. Somebody says proof testimonial, social proof. Somebody's saying this is pure gold, so people are digging this. There's like, these comments are just flying in like 100 miles an hour.
Let me give everybody an example. So when I used to present, now you got to understand I was presenting at lunch and at dinner every single day. So people would run to the back of the room. And then some people say, you know, Dave, I would love to buy your program, but Dave, I don't have the time. So what I would do, the best way to overcome objections, everybody write this down, is through social proof stories, or overcome objections through testimonials. So I would go find a testimonial that would say, "Hey Dave, I did your system part-time, so I overcome that." So then I do another presentation, people come running back, "Well Dave, I would love to buy your real estate system, but I don't have the money to do real estate." So I'd find a testimonial that says, "Hey Dave, I did your system, I did my first deal, no money down." So the best way to overcome objections. Now remember this, people buy results. People buy not features, they buy not benefits, but benefits of the benefits. So social proof stories. I want everybody to write this down. If you're going to do webinars or if you're going to speak on stage, you need to have 7 social proof stories that overcome and that are engineered to overcome the 7 biggest objections that people might have. Typically it's time or money, or this won't work for me. Okay, then we're going to come up here to the lifestyle. You need to show them how your product is going to transform their life. You've got to show transformation in your presentation. Okay, then you need to also sell them what is your unique selling proposition? What makes you different? Now, I'm going to ask one more quick question, Vic. Have you ever seen other speakers when they speak and they get to the close and they just don't know how to make that transition and it feels very uncomfortable and it's just this weird feeling? Has anybody ever seen or even felt that before, of how do you segue from teaching to close? So I want to ask the question, how do you segment the way, if you're teaching, to come into the close? And I want everybody to write this down. What I'm going to be teaching at this event is what I call non-resistance communication. Non-resistance. For those of you who studied NLP will know what I'm talking about. So how do you make the transition? Vic, let's go ahead and see if there's anybody that knows how to make the transition effectively.
Let's see. Ask a question, somebody says. Willie. Jeffrey says, honesty, ask permission, Des Morgan is saying. Master this technique, domination, Mark Anthony is saying. Neil is saying, ask for permission. Let's see. Pulling up some more comments here.
Segue here.
Get a shotgun. Never close. Ask a question. Paul saying, I don't know.
So the best way to transition from teaching to close To segue from the close, you got to ask a question and for permission. Would it be okay with all of you if I shared how I can help and serve you? Would it be okay with all of you? Okay, great. Here it is. So the effective way that I'm trying to teach all these speakers and internet marketers is what I call non-resistance. This, if you've ever played golf or tennis, when you swing the golf club or swing the bat correctly, it should be effortless. The club should do all the work. So when you use this mathematical formula, the club will do all the work. It should be effortlessly. It should be no resistance. It should just flow. And when you do it correctly, people say, my God, Dave, I did your presentation you wrote for me, and I looked up and people were at the back table. Yeah, because everything in this presentation blueprint has been engineered to get people to run and dance to the back of the room. I want everybody to write this down. Every single thing affects the close. And for those of you who are going to have the most amazing gift, that I'm going to do something I've never done before, I'm going to break down all my secrets at the 4% event and share with you what took me 3,000 presentations over 5 years of speaking every day and becoming the #1 or #2 best closer in the world. And in addition, for the last 8 years, have been writing all the presentations for all the top marketers and salespeople in the world. In fact, for some of you, you're going to say, well, Dave, I've kind of heard these things before. There's so many people out there that are my students that are trying to teach this. There's so many people out there. You're going to get it from the inventor of this, and that's me. I'm going to be there personally for one of the first times ever, and you will have the opportunity to see this live. And I'm telling you, if you've ever thought about speaking one to many, you need to be on a plane and you need to be there. Because this information, even Tony Robbins' son was blown away at the technology and how I put it and made it so easy, right, Vic?
Absolutely. Well, this is the same stuff, man, that I paid like a lot of money to you, and you know what? I'm happy that I did it. And this is the same stuff we're actually going to break down, and you will be talking about in great detail right there on day 2.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and open up the Q&A. It's getting late here. You know, I'm in Tampa, Florida, and I wanted to make sure that we just made people aware that if you're going to be doing business, you've got to do one-to-many sales. And that if you're doing webinars or speaking, you've got to use a mathematical equation of writing your presentation. And I wanted to go over some highlights. Obviously, for those of you that are really serious, you'll be able to actually be at the event, or Vic, I think you're actually streaming it live. So for either or, I would tell you to get on an airplane and be there, meet Vic and myself, because also, Vic, I don't know if we want to mention it, but we're going to be doing something really special at this event that I'm really, really excited about, something that's never been done before, and we want to encourage everybody to be there to be a part of this.
Yes, absolutely. Dave, you want to come back on the camera?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think your camera is off.
Yes.
Yeah, let's have a Q&A here, everybody. So question there's I've seen some people asking questions. Well, let's see. I don't know if you can see the comments, Dave, or not. Take a look at the page. People saying love this stuff. This is great stuff. This is what the reason I'm personally excited about this is because we're going after like expansion, right? The reason for the 4%, the reason we exist, is we wanted to help elevate people to that true 4% level. And if somebody is really dedicated to becoming a 4%er, being the mover and shaker, they need to understand this kind of stuff. So I'm personally very excited about it. It's what you just brought up. A lot of it is going to be a little, we have a lot of surprise announcements that I'll be unveiling and revealing at the conference. The technologies that we've been building out, the ability for anybody, it doesn't matter what you promote, like whether it's any one of our products that we develop, your product, somebody else's product as an affiliate, like whatever it is that you're promoting, for you to be able to like instantly raise yourself above every competition. Doesn't matter who they are, what kind of guru they are, being able to just dominate. That's, the whole day 3 is all about domination, but everything comes together like a rainbow. So you'll have to have all these components, and it's not complicated. So yes, we are launching out some really, really insane stuff at the conference. Some people saying, you know, I can't go. Sandra Watts, God bless you. You broke your leg there. Hope you're doing, you know, you get better real soon here. But obviously, if you cannot physically go there and you have your ticket, you can just email our support, and they'll be able to transfer your ticket from an official ticket to a live stream, because we do have a live stream option as well. For those of you guys who are asking, where do I get the conference ticket? There is a button right below this video. You can click it. It's a week from now. If you're on with us live here before, you know, the event is taking place, get your seat. You know, you can get yourself a ticket, and you'll have more information when you go to that page. Let's see other questions. Moving on to the top 4%. Somebody's saying, okay, had some surprise announcements tonight. Okay, let's see. Going to be Rick Fron is saying going to be hard to sleep between now and the conference. Another thing is, Dave, people have an opportunity to get to know you directly. I know that you're bringing your team to do something that I really wanted to deliver extra value for everybody in the room. Is like, you know, can you guys consult people? Like, can you like sit down with people? And obviously, it's going to be limited. You know, we're going to have to figure out a way for us to really like being able to accommodate a lot of people, because I know it's going to be in high demand. But being able to sit down with somebody and take a look at, you know, what they're doing in the business and giving them tweaks and suggestions based on, you know, your experience and expertise. And so I know you'll have some people like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you right now, if you're a coach or a speaker or an internet marketer, you need to be at this event, because the people that are going to be there, the opportunity to JV is going to be huge. And not only that, we're going to be walking through webinars, product launches, events, marketing, traffic, funnels. And you're going to have an opportunity to sit down with my team and customly create a plan, your strategies, your resource. We're going to map it all out. This is a high, you know, I got to tell you, Vic, this event isn't for beginners. If you're somebody that's a beginner, this probably event isn't for you. This is going to be high strategy, high content of people that, like myself, that have made 8 figures. This is what's exciting, because most seminars you go to, they give you basic information and for beginners. This is for the 4%ers, the top people, and that's what makes it special. The information is going to be at a high level, and I'm telling you, this is a must event. It's going to be amazing, Vic. I'm really excited because I know who's going to be there, and it's going to be amazing. And of course, I'm going to be teaching, you know, the guy who invented the webinar blueprint and presentator technology. I'm going to be personally there teaching you, who has delivered more webinars and more presentations on anybody on planet Earth, I think, and has written more. So yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Well, definitely your track record speaks for itself. Dave, question from somebody that's like that question. So if somebody is a beginner and they don't have the results to show yet or prove anything yet, right? How do they present themselves as an authority figure in their space?
That's a great question. You know, a lot of people that are just starting out, one is by writing a book gives you instant credibility. So there's so many easy ways. In fact, we're going to be teaching you how to write your book. In fact, I actually have a workshop. It's 4 days at the beach, and after 4 days, your book is done, and we have it in Barnes & Noble and on Amazon. So writing a book is so easy today, so you can write a book. 2, go find about 5 or 6 people and let them into your coaching program, or let them have your product or service first for free. And then by giving them that product or that training for free, then they're going to give you a testimonial. That's a number 2 way. Number 3 way is getting like an expert or other people to recommend as a testimonial. So there's basically 5 different testimonials that you should have, and we're going to go over those at the event. But those are just a couple strategies to consider. And then obviously, anytime you're speaking or on a webinar, you are the authority.
Yeah.
You know?
The fact that you're there, I forgot that this thing is going like really, really fast, the chat. So I'm going to also tell you guys this, from the 4%, because what Dave is covering, right, what they're bringing to the table is, you know, influence, persuasion. We're like, again, we're dedicating the entire day to work with people in the room to make sure that everybody, like, you will leave having this, you will feel like you have the power to pretty much sell anything, you know, and you know, you just like bring a bottle, because we'll be able to capture that magical you know, ability, like, or you know, magic like ability. Like, if you could capture it in a bottle, man, you can sell that thing. But I mean, the edge you will have over everybody else is going to be, it's crazy. But something else we're doing also on the 4% side of things is we're also bringing out technology that will allow you, even if you are brand spanking new, if you have never sold anything in your life, okay, you'll be able to use our technology that we're launching out, literally like technology, I'm talking like sites and like systems that will allow you to eliminate competition, whether it's in the same company or other companies, literally eliminate everything, position you as an expert, even if you don't have anything under your name or, you know, any, you know, authority, anything that's related to the authority, and instantly become an authority by strategically leveraging and using the system that we're bringing on. It took us a long time to develop this. I'm going to be demoing it to you at the conference, you guys. You will see it, and we're launching out together, and we're going to take the industry by storm. Not just this industry, we're going to take multiple industries by storm as a 4% team. That's why I was telling you, you gotta, like, just trust me when I say, you know, you gotta be in the room there, be there with us, because you will be amazed at what's coming up. All right, let's see, other questions. You are an entrepreneur, not a newbie. That's right, that's good, that's good. Let's see, follow through. Dave, I'm not sure if you're seeing questions. I am fishing for questions here, and I see a bunch of like really excited people here. Vic, the Power Day product in the 4% will cover all that in the blueprint, right? We are launching a backend to the 4%, you guys. Okay, you will see. Those guys who are in the room with us will be together. We'll be launching out a whole like ridiculous. Tremendous backend system to the 4% that will allow you, again, I've been telling you, but I've been hinting this, right? So we're going to have over 40 very, very lucrative, solid, I'm not talking about like $5 or $10 kind of commission kind of, you know, income streams. I'm talking about like really, really solid income streams, over 40 of them under the 4% ecosystem, and then it's going to grow exponentially from there. It's going to be incredible. And so you will see all of that. I don't want to reveal too much details here prior to the conference, but we're just 1 week away. Okay, so it'll be there.
The only question they should be asked is, even if they can't make the whole conference, just come for a day, is, you know, the only question you ask is what day you're going to come. And hopefully you can come all 3 days. You just need to be there. Yeah. It's that important for everybody. You know, what successful people do that unsuccessful people don't do is successful people show up and take action. We're giving people the most amazing opportunity to learn from myself, from you, from my partner, from some amazing experts, and we're going to be transparent. We're going to give you the real stuff. And I'm excited because this is the real deal. And this is an opportunity for people to take advantage of it. Because the thing is, if you model what other successful people do, you will become successful, right? So we're going to show you our model. So Vic, I'm
awesome.
Just honored to be here with everybody. I can't wait to shake anybody's hand that's going to be at the conference and take some pictures with you guys and truly show you really how to get to that next level. Get to that 4% that you belong.
Awesome. You guys, look, we will put this up as a replay. Again, depending when you're watching this. Let me go ahead and bring myself up on the screen here. Dave, amazing content as always, brother. I'm looking forward and cannot wait to the conference for you to, you know, really dig, you know, deep into this stuff. And I know what you're bringing on, and like what you guys, what you hear and what you see here right now is a fraction of what's actually going to be taking place at the conference. It's going to be truly phenomenal. Dave, thank you very much for your time. I know you're busy. Thank you for jumping on here with us. We will put this up as a replay on 4% under the shows, so you can reference this webinar if you want to later on. Again, if you are watching this on YouTube, okay, because we're streaming this on YouTube as well, feel free to either subscribe or feel free to go to 4%.com, all spelled out. We do shows like this, webinars, bringing value to the marketplace on a weekly basis. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys at the event. Again, this is your business. Take control of it. You know, take control of it. Don't give it the chance. Don't be casual about it. Don't be like, you know, wishy-washy or iffy about it. Do what you need to do to build your life the way you want it to be in your business. And we're going to be there in your corner. We're going to be there to help you. You will see major moves from 4% starting at the conference. Appreciate you guys. Be awesome. Let me know if you're excited about meeting up in a week. Let me know in the comments here right now. Okay. I look forward to seeing you guys. Paul, Tatiana, Jody, Kathy, Lisa, all of you guys here, tons of you, okay, who are going to be at the in Orlando. We're going to have a great time. More importantly, we're going to help you transform your business once and for good. Okay, appreciate you guys. Be awesome, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, everybody.